All right, I got a plan here for JPM. JPM is just proof of how we are in a bullish chop market. Today the market, the Qs, the SPY, everything was very weak. Yet if you look at JPM, and not just JPM, but there's a lot of key stocks still showing strength, still showing power, still going up. And that's the sign of a bullish chop market, meaning it's a stock picker's market. All right, people. As we also know that for July the 14th will be earnings for JPM. So this plan, we have plenty of time to make some gains in this because even if we get to the $90 area, that'd be still good profits. Okay, and again, we want to look for power. JPM is set up to test 92 to 94. The July 21 87.5 calls or the 90 July 21 calls could be used. I will explain the facts inside the video. I'm going to explain why these two options I'm choosing here one could use, okay? One of the two to make profits. At the same time, if this confirms, we don't want JPM to go below 87.5. So 87.5 will be a support zone. All right, now JPM needs to break above 88.5 on some good action volume. And good action volume is 2 million on a 10-minute chart. Now, if the volume isn't there, I will explain the video. So we're going to watch for basing above 88.5 and look for power towards 88.75 to 89. You want some sort of trending happening, okay? Because 89 is also another level, right? 89, how you break above 89 is another key level for this, okay? And of course, simply going to $90 a share would be profitable for doesn't matter which option. Of course, we should be able to get higher than that. We go to 91. You go to the low end, which is 91 to 92. Okay, 92 would be the low end, but let's say going to make 150, 200% gains in the options here. Okay, markets pulled back a lot. It's in the bullish chop zone. JPM is very strong. Okay, a lot of factors I looked at. It's got good time frame alignment, looks very solid, not overbought, and JPM goes up when it's overbought. By the way, that's his history. All right, people, let's take a look at the options. All right, so here I am at the Yahoo Finance, and JP Morgan closed at 88.05 on June 27th. Here's the July 21 options that we're going to use, and let me show you why. So look at what's interesting about this. So if we go down and we look at the 87.5 calls, you'll see that today there was 3,450 contracts traded at $1.75 closing. Okay, and also open interest 9,948. Now, what's also interesting is the 90s, 22,823 open interest in the options, and 1,532 options. This is trading at 68 cents. So look at this. If we were to go to $91 a share, these will make at least 150 to 200% gains in the 90 calls. Okay, so the 90 calls could be used, or in the money 87.5 calls. Of course, in confirmation, you're looking at probably could be $2 on confirmation. And then for the 90s, we're probably looking at around 90 cents, 85 to 95 cents on confirmation. Okay, and again, if it confirms, right? Because the thing is that confirmation is key. All right, people, welcome to Power Target Trades, the place where I post great, powerful plans, very well detailed. Now, the key is confirmation. As you can see, confirmation is key. Study the videos. I don't just say we buy and that's it. There's a plan of action, options, why. I talk about support. Huge gains in J&J, still a winner to this day. Great gains in BA. Right now, losing a little bit, but trade's not over, but huge gains in BA, 300% gains. I got to put this up in the playlist, but what I'll do, people, is you should check out my my BA plan. Now, I actually had two trades in the BA. The first trade making me 300% gains, then I bought a dip and made another 100% gains, and now I'm in another play in this. It's against me right now, but not much. Compared to my gains, I'm up still 350% in gains. All right, despite the point now, You see the Sandro Power Trigger trade? At the end of the video, it's going to appear here in a circle format. Simply click on it. It's going to give you an easy way to subscribe. You know, people, like I said, I make a lot of great videos. It's very well detailed. No one's doing this. And we're talking about gains of hundreds of % gains. Not everything works. You've got to take losses, okay? You've got to pay attention to the videos. I suggest nobody takes any of my plans, but to follow and study along, because you know what? Confirmation is key. When it confirms, we want to hold unless things fail. Then you take a little loss, but the gains outweigh the losses. I'm batting over 80% correct on confirmed trades. Remember, it must confirm. Now, some trades aren't the best, I explained this, DIS. Depends on the setup. A lot of people like it, but I made a plan for this because this is more of a reversal play, and there's a lot of resistance that this has to go against. Okay, now JPM is kind of a little different. There is not as much resistance to the top, but it does need to keep showing us the power. And one thing you can see from JPM is we do have a proof of power right now. It's something that I tried to short in the past. It didn't want to go very far, and to this day it is holding strong. So there looks like, by the patterns and what I'm looking at, so high odds that, and I showed you the options trading, okay? Not just that reason, but I look for a lot of fun. Again, there's good time frame alignment. It looks really good to go and test that 90 to 92 to 94 area. 94 would be great. It's possible, but we don't need 94. If we go to 91, 92, and you're looking at great gains in those options. Look for the Sandro Power Trigger trade. It's going to be here at the end of the video. Thanks for listening. Like the video.